Hi, my name is Kelsey Hall. Thank you for taking the time to view this video introduction to the Vault-to-Wall software project. Hopefully by the time you're finished viewing this video, the vision and possibilities for this project will be clear. And now, a brief word from our sponsor.
Tonight's program has been brought to you by Kellogg's Sugar Frosted Flakes, Kellogg's Special K for bodybuilding protein, and Kellogg's Rice Krispies. Snap, crackle, and pop.
Art plays an important role in our lives. People of all ages can enjoy it and express themselves with it. Whether you take time to enjoy it or not, its imprint can be clearly seen in our culture, just as our culture can be seen in our art. And the art gallery plays a primary role in facilitating our exposure to artwork. One could even say the gallery is much like a book, opening worlds of imagination through the creation of the artist, bound only by the doors that let us in and out. This project seeks to assist the art galleries in opening these experiences to us all, so that we may all come to appreciate the role and the impact that art has in our lives. The Vault-to-Wall project began as a simple conversation between the gallery director of the Mattie Kelly Art Center Galleries at Northwest Florida State College, Mrs. Casey Williams, and myself, a volunteer at the gallery. And our conversation centered around the lack of a simple software system to facilitate the tasks and needs of the gallery. Some of the needs that were discussed were the need for a mechanism to catalog and track an artwork collection, specifically the collection in the gallery, as well as a means to reuse that information when using that artwork in exhibitions, and also a way to look at digital images of the artwork so that the gallery director could browse the collection and pick out pieces of artwork to use in an exhibition. Small art galleries like the one at Northwest Florida State College have their own unique set of problems. They often have limited art collections, which necessitates them looking outside the gallery for more art to bring in for the exhibitions. They also generally lack funding and rely on support from outside organizations and donors in order to meet the daily needs of the gallery. They also rely on a staff of volunteers to carry out the daily task of the gallery, and most of the time they can't really afford to pay full-time staff. They also lack involvement in a large network of people or other galleries that can get together and combine resources. And there's one other unique aspect to these small galleries: the overextended gallery director. The small gallery director often finds themselves carrying out the roles of positions that are often filled by full-time staff. They could carry out the role of the conservator, whose job is to prepare artwork or to maintain the condition of the artwork or to send it off if it needs repairs. They could also be performing the role of the registrar, whose job it is to catalog and store the art. They often perform the role of the curator, whose primary tasks are to create the exhibitions that will be put on display for the public to view. And they often find themselves also in the role of the preparator, the person who will actually physically install the artwork exhibition. With all of this in mind, the search began for a software solution to these problems. However, there was a roadblock. As research was done trying to discover software solutions to this problem, what we found was that no single software could do everything that the gallery needed. In fact, not one piece of software provided the collection management tools while at the same time providing tools to assist with exhibition layout display. And that is when the light bulb came on.
I've just had an apostrophe.
I think you mean an epiphany.
Lightning has just struck my brain.
What if we could create a software that could assist the registrar with documenting and cataloging the art and managing the storage? Or they could assist the conservator with tracking the condition history and recording appraisals, or even assist the curator managing exhibitions and creating exhibition layout designs. And the preparator, we can create a software that could actually help them install the art. And that's when the concept of Vault to Wall was born. Vault to Wall is a comprehensive software suite that assists art galleries with the management of their collections and exhibitions while also supporting gallery network. It assists the registrar by allowing them to record artwork information or demographics about the artwork, and at the same time allowing them to manage artwork images. It allows users to view images of the artwork, such as the front of the artwork or the back of the artwork, images of the artwork's condition, or miscellaneous images of things such as signatures or marks. The user can upload these pieces of artwork into the database from the user interface. The client expressed a desire to have a single location where she could upload any of the artwork images and upload any information about the artwork without having to navigate through several screens. So as you can see by the proposed screenshot, this can be accomplished through a simple user interface. You can add artist, movement, year. You can add the height, width, the hanger, the medium, the support. You can even track the ownership of the artwork and view the history of the artwork along with the images. It also assists the registrar with tracking artwork location by being able to create locations in the system, being able to create sublocations that can act as storage units at the locations, and being able to place artwork in those sublocations and storage units so that they can tell what bins the artwork are located in. To assist the conservator, Vault to Wall can help with the upload and the storage of condition images for the artwork. The conservator can also look at the condition history of a piece of artwork, as well as add documentation to that condition history. The conservator can also track the appraisal history of the artwork by being able to view the history and also being able to upload any new instances of appraisals. Perhaps the person who benefits the most from this software is the curator. There are many tasks that the software can assist the curator with, such as the creation of new exhibitions, where the curator can create an exhibition with a begin date and end date and its location, and even attach their name as the curator, providing a description of the exhibition. They can also use the software to help them manage the exhibition history of a piece of artwork and even add exhibition history to the art. And so the art can be associated with an exhibition, and that history can be tracked, even if that exhibition is outside of the gallery which the software is being used. But the functionality that creates the most interest is the exhibition layout design. And here, the software allows the curator to create a virtual wall with which they can install artwork on and create an artwork layout display for their exhibitions. This starts with the ability first to take a gallery wall and take its dimensions and transpose it into the system, thus creating your own virtual gallery wall for one of the walls in your gallery or several walls in your gallery. Then through the exhibition management module, the user can take artwork images and put them onto these virtual walls and create displays. And what this does is it keeps the curator from having to pull the art out of the vault and handle it, lay it up against the wall, see how it looks, decide perhaps they don't want it, and then have to put it back in. And it reduces the wear and the tear on the art, not to mention the physical exertion that's carried out by the curator. This virtual exhibition display is going to be a tab panel that can hold multiple walls. So most galleries have more than one wall. So you can create one wall and then on another tab create another wall and keep adding walls until you've created all of the displays that you want for your exhibition. And all of this without ever having to physically touch the artwork. The most exciting aspect of this virtual exhibition display is how it assists the preparator in the physical hanging of the show. How's that possible? I'm glad you asked. If you've ever watched a preparator install an artwork exhibition, you would notice that the installation of the exhibition itself is often a form of art. It takes very precise movement of the art and very careful handling of the art, and you want to minimize the amount of times that you're moving this art and touching this art. So it's very important that you get things right the first time. When the curator creates the virtual exhibition display, they can produce a layout report that will give the exact measurements for the hanging instrument of a piece of art. This allows the preparator to just walk up to the wall without even touching the art, mark the wall where the hanger is going to go, put the hanger on the wall, and then they can take the art and put it in the exact location that it needs to be, handling the art only one time. The preparator can also print out the artwork tombstone report, which is a document that contains all of the important information that is usually included with the artwork when it is placed on display in an exhibition. There are many other data items that can also be added to the database that we really haven't touched on. You can keep track of artists. You can keep track of artwork movements so that the art can be associated with different movements. You also can store mediums and supports. Those are the things that the artwork are made out of and made on. You can track ownership of the artwork. You can track the nationality of the artwork or the artist. And you can also track various collections of artwork so that you may tell where a piece of art belongs in the grand scope of things inside of the gallery. There will also be a report management system that will allow the user to search the database and filter out different criteria to pull back whatever information it is that they're seeking, whether it be perhaps they want artwork just by a support or just by a nationality or movement. And this search is also going to be utilized throughout the system whenever adding a piece of artwork to an exhibition. Despite all of this, the question still remains: can we financially justify the development of this software? The answer to that question is yes, we can. By eliminating the need to do hand calculating when creating a layout design and adding to that the ability to create that layout design report, we can reduce the time that it takes to install the artwork. By reducing the handling of the art and by being able to keep track of the condition of the art, we can reduce the depreciation value of the art. And also by having the capability of doing this virtual layout display and rapidly viewing images in the database, we can reduce the time it takes to actually design an exhibition. By reducing the depreciation value of the art and also reducing the installation time and reducing the time that it takes to create an exhibition layout design, we're able to reduce the operating cost of the gallery, thus justifying the development of the software. Does this project have a future beyond the Mattie Kelly Art Center? Absolutely. There are several other galleries who have expressed interest, especially in the virtual exhibition layout design. There's also an expressed interest in the ability to network with other galleries for the purpose of sharing art with one another for use in the exhibitions. With the vision that we already have for the future of this project, bound together with the demand from other galleries and the current functionality, then we foresee Vault to Wall 2.0 as a strong possibility, specifically with a focus on the networking aspect of the system. Again, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to view this video presentation. If you have any questions, you can contact me at kelseyh@gmail.com. I hope you found this informative. I hope you could feel my excitement for the project. And if you're looking to invest in something that you can be excited about, I think Vault to Wall is your answer.